Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, I kind of need to tell you about April, because April is about to be a truly ridiculous month in the Pokemon TCG. It is frankly getting a little bit silly. I should say this has been pointed out by the lovely Primal Luga, although this is something that was absolutely on my radar as well. We've basically got two lots of dates where the Pokemon TCG is going to go absolutely crazy. And the worst part is, it's full of exclusive stuff we're all going to want. So it's kicking off on April the 8th with the Morpeko v Union Special Collection, which is something that I generally would not recommend skipping, purely because it is a V-Union and it's exclusive. What that means is that if you don't pick it up here, you're probably never getting this. Now, yes, it does need to be pointed out that there is a character super rare of this card that was featured in VMAX Climax over in Japan. And there is a chance that we end up getting this version of the card at some point in the future, meaning this V-Union Special Collection will in fact not be the only place you can get it. But we have no idea. We don't know when it's coming out. Frankly, getting a second V-Union collection with different artwork of the same card would be weird, but we've never put V-Unions into sets here. Now, they have in Asian territories, but not over here. So, pass. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you've got a brand new exclusive V-Union, and like I've said, a lot of these cards, they could end up being good. And it's not necessarily that they are looking great at the moment. Morpeko's not looking like a phenomenal card. It is the fact that at some point in the future it could, and that's my point here. If it becomes good down the line, it's too late. If the box has been and gone. You know, 2 colourless energy, draw 2, you got 10 cards in your hand. Or lightning double colourless, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon, 100 damage for each card discarded in this way. Maybe this ends up being a really good deck with Flaffy. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Right now, I have not got Morpeko on my radar as this phenomenal card. But that doesn't mean it won't be in the future. And if you don't pick it up here, ladies and gentlemen, you aren't getting it. But that's alright, because surely they wouldn't do this more than once in the same month. And I say no, they wouldn't do it twice on the same month. They do it twice on the same day. Because on that exact same day, on April the 8th, we are seeing the release of the Lucario VSTAR Premium Collection. Featuring Lucario VSTAR, which, as far as I can see, is going to be exclusive to this particular box. As it stands at the moment, we have no reason to believe that Lucario VSTAR is ever going to be coming out in any other product. As a side note, there is actually a Lucario V coming. It is the third Lucario V. The best one is still the one from Champion's Path as far as I'm concerned, but remember that one is going to rotate out a little bit earlier. So basically, if you want to get Lucario VSTAR, you're going to go and need to be picking up this box, unfortunately, which is honestly a little bit sad. Or happy if you want to pick up the box like I do. Now, it is worth pointing out that they are different boxes in the US and in Europe. In the US, you get an extra pack and you get a metallic coin. It's not the end of the world one way or the other, but do just bear in mind that the US product is slightly different. Not in any way that really matters. Both still get the Lucario VSTAR and the Jumbo and the full art Lucario V. And that's another thing to point out here. Lucario V is full art in this product, which means there is a regular art version somewhere, almost certainly in the next set after Brilliant Stars, which has not yet actually been revealed. But that's going to make April the 8th a very busy day, because as far as I'm concerned, and again, I can only give you my advice, they're pretty much unskippable products. Because Morpeko v Union is new and exclusive, and Lucario VSTAR is new and exclusive. And again, I don't think Lucario VSTAR is some kind of powerhouse card. Now, if it was Darkrai, that would be different, but it's not, it's Lucario. Free energy, 240 to a Pokemon V. Or the V-Star power, 2 energy, 70 for each energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon in play. It's not phenomenal, but it's also not terrible. And actually, if we get some decent fighting energy acceleration down the line, I could see this being a decent card, just like I could see Morpeko being good in Fluffy decks. So even if it's not a card you love now, it's a card that you might want to have stashed away for the future. Because if Lucario V-Star, if this box comes out and then goes away, and then Lucario becomes good, the price of this card is going to skyrocket. And of course, the difference between this and Morpeko is that you're only ever going to need one Morpeko. You can only ever play one in your deck, because all 4 corners count as the same card name. And you can only have 4 cards of the same name in your deck, whereas Lucario, you might legitimately want, like, 3 of them, or 4 of them, in your deck. So yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. The good news is, elsewhere on the 8th of April, there is at least nothing else which is essential. We are getting the Sinnoh Stars mini tins, and they're cool if you're into mini tins. I've been pretty clear, I'm not a fan of mini tins, and I don't think that's a bad thing. We all have those products we don't buy. For me, it's mini tins. I just don't buy mini tins, and that's okay. You're going to get your couple of packs, you're going to get your art card, you're going to get your coin. Kids love the tins. For kids, these are brilliant products. They're nice and cheap. You get a couple of packs, you get the tin, you get the coin, they look cool. There's a Piplup one. Nothing bad about these. They're just not for me, but also just regular products. The only new thing about them is the tin and the art card, so they are at least pretty gosh darn skippable. And then we have the V-Heroes tins. These are the Eevee tins, the second run of Eevee tins, featuring Espeon, Sylveon, and Umbreon. And the good news with these ones is, you don't need them. Oh yes, you do, past Wassy. Hi, future Wassy here. Just jumping in for a moment. I made this video a couple of weeks ago, just as one, because my son is about to be born, so making a few videos in advance. In fact, by the time you hear this, he may have just been born. And I made this video in advance, thinking that nothing was going to change, thinking that all the information was out there. Yet, turns out what's actually happened is, we have since had confirmation that these tins feature new promos. Now, they are just functional reprints of the ones from Evolving Skies, so you don't need these tins. These tins are very skippable. However, they do contain new artwork of these 3 popular Pokemon, and although they don't do anything different, they do have exclusive artwork. So whereas I was about to tell you these tins are extremely skippable, because they are just flat reprints, they're still skippable if you don't care about the art, but there is new artwork to go and be gotten. So yeah, April is actually a bit more nuts than I thought it was when I first recorded this video. We then skip forward to April the 22nd, where we have a couple new boxes, including that phenomenal Arceus V figure collection. Although again, I do need to mention here, this is 2 months and a week away, which means it is absolutely possible that more products could be revealed or announced. So, just hold your horses a little bit. I don't think more will. Like I say, April is looking nuts, but it could be. And this is a weird product for me, the Arceus one. Because on the one hand, this Arceus is an alternate art promo. It is just an alternate art of the one that comes in Brilliant Stars. And for that reason, you don't necessarily need it. But look at it, ladies and gentlemen. This is not your ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill alternate art promo. Not even close. This is the one that came around in Japan as an early purchase bonus for the video game, although it really does need to be borne in mind. The Japanese one has a stamp and this one doesn't. Maybe you don't care about that, but I most certainly do. Don't worry, I've got my Japanese one already. It's all good. My point is, you don't need this. The figure's new, admittedly, but it's the artwork. If you can honestly resist this, because I can't, this is another must-buy for me. If you can resist this, that's wonderful. It's not one I'm going to be resisting personally, but the good news is it is just an alternate art promo. So if you're not interested in the artwork or you're just interested in playing, this is another one you could skip. Just like the final product, which is confirmed for April, which is the Boltund V-Box. Now, this is the one that comes with an alternate art of Boltund V, plus a Jumbo, plus a Wooloo. And incidentally, it is a holo Wooloo. It's a Wooloo we've had before. I think it's in Fusion Strike. But it is at least holo, so it's slightly different to what you might be expecting, which is quite nice. Gives us something to be a bit excited about. The Boltund is just an alternate art, but it's the wrong alternate art. It's an alternate art of the one that came around in Fusion Strike, which is definitely worse than the one from Rebel Clash. So this one, I mean, this is probably a skip for me. I like it. It's a promo, it's numbered and all of that. It's got quite nice artwork, you know, cute, mischievous doggo and all of that. But there comes a limit, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, April is looking a little bit nuts. This is an alternate art, so you're good. In conclusion, it's really only the Morpeko and the Lucario, which are brand new exclusive promos, which is good, but they're both coming on April the 8th. But then you've got that Arceus promo, which is really cool, and the Boltund is new artwork, if nothing else. Then you've got the tins, both the Eevee tins and the Sinnoh Stars tins, and it is all starting to get a little bit silly. Consider this your, 2-month warning. Things are going to be kicking off in April. You have been warned. But I want to hear from you guys. Tell me which of these products you're excited about. Tell me which ones you're going to be picking up. Tell me which ones you're going to be skipping. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.